Actually, really excited to get some live drawing back on our calendar. And with this kind of live drawing, this will be one of our co-creation events. And I'll talk a little bit about why we think co-creation is important. But also, I think it's just also one of our more fun events as we all get to contribute and share our favorite things in our lives and see how we can adapt that into the world of one of our projects. And you guys are already seeing what we're doing with a few of our other co-creation events. Reapers is pretty much only a co-creation event, and you get some fun little role playing alongside a voting system. And then we've been doing co-creation as well with Lost Realms, where you were able to create characters in the comic book world. And what we're now going to kind of do today is we're going to allow you guys to play a larger role in the creation of our generative drivers in the world of Fury. And all of our art by Fury is going to be led by none other than Joey for the Genesis PFPs. And you're already seeing a lot of these coming out because we're doing one of ones. We are building the most custom PFP collection ever in Web3. And we're doing it with a fucking superstar artist in Joey that is going to show a total new meaning to quality. And we think quality doesn't need to be sacrificed by going to Web3. And what we mean by that is we've kind of bastardized art by putting it in favor of just generative systems only. And generative systems have their own value. There's a lot of cool stuff. But we think that it's just a limited way to deliver art and deliver content to a community. We think what's even more amazing beyond generative art is co-creation of art. And what we're currently allowing is we're allowing two different levels of co-creation. The first level of co-creation that's really present at the very top is that all of our holders who have this golden tabula rasa, and we'll share more about that, but this golden tablet are able to create their own one of one character to a T. They're literally getting Joey to work 8+ hours on their art. You're getting a Marvel, DC, Hasbro comic book artist that is amazing. And he's essentially giving you the time and his vision to be able to pair with your vision and create a piece of art that inherently should live on the Ethereum chain, right? And it's something that could live where you could keep it forever, you could trade it forever, you can sell it whenever you want. It's totally up to you. But the amazing thing is, it's a piece that reflects you. And we think that if we care about identity, your art should reflect you. Your art should communicate with you. And you should be able to communicate with that art as well. And this is really where we think co-creation is going to get really fun. And then the second layer or level to this co-creation is that we're going to use events like this to be able to get a few ideas and concepts that will then move into the generative side of this collection as well. So what's really cool is that all the one of ones are going to be custom, like all custom one of ones, right? I'm talking about almost 100 plus custom one of ones, which is crazy, right? Literally crazy. But this is really where the power of this ecosystem comes in. And then the second layer is that you're going to get these incredibly beautiful generative racers that are also still going to be done by Joey, but we'll have a little bit more of a flexible range so we could do a larger supply. We still aren't sure exactly what the supply of Fury is going to be, but we have good ranges. So in that, we're starting to work on those characters too. And we already have a couple of the generative models kind of noted, so we'll share those in just a bit. But this is the framework that Tribe is working on. We believe that in the next era of NFTs, new builders, new quality of art, and new storylines are going to emerge. And Tribe is trying to push this on all fronts. Reaper is going to push co-creation as a game, right? That's literally what that product is. It's the ability to co-create the world as a game. Lost Realms is going to push, right, this idea of depth of IP prior to mint, right? Lost Realms is coming out with multiple layers, with a full comic book series, with quite a bit of other content alongside of it in the interactive experience. And what Fury is going to push, it's going to push the concept of what it means to own art and what it means to be able to control and communicate art. And that means that we really want to push the quality of what's possible in illustrated 2D art. We're really trying to make everyone look at this collection and be like, oh, fuck. This is what a labor of love looks like. This is what quality looks like. This is what, also co-creation looks like. So these are a few of the themes that we think are really going to be important and emerge in the next era. And we are going to try showing you a lot of that and get your hands on that as well. So the way we're going to do that today is we're going to kind of share with you some of these characters and share with you the framework as well as we come up. So I'm going to bring up Joey, and I'm going to walk you through some of his amazing art real quick. And then from there, today's session is all about your favorite mechs. So if you've ever watched Gundam, if you've ever watched Power Rangers, if you've ever watched Pacific Rim or Voltron, what I want you guys to do is start thinking about your favorite mechs in your world. Because we're going to ask you for some of this feedback, and we're going to turn one of our generative driver collections in Fury to be dope-ass looking drivers with mech outfits. And we want to get inspired by the stuff that you guys love, and we'll kind of work and start taking in those details. We'll take some of them in live here today. We'll take a lot more live as we build out the entire generative layer set for it. And that's what we're going to do today. And then every few weeks, we're going to do a different character type. And for those of you who are interested, you can kind of participate and share what you love, and we will find ways to adapt it into this world. And I think you're going to see, like, the one-on-ones are going to be insane. Whew, the generative ones are also still going to be the most insane fucking art you'll ever see, right? We're going to push one-on-one art to a whole nother level. We're going to push generative art to a whole nother level. And I think it's only possible because we have someone as amazing as Joey. So, Joey, if you are around, yeah, there you are, Joey. Joey's always listening at the right time. Let's bring him here. Hey, Joey.
You read me?
I can. How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I am good as well. Ooh, you guys want one like dope chappy? Yeah, like think about all your favorite bots and mechs. We're gonna work on this here as well.
Sick.
So this is what we're gonna do here as well. Is that let me just share with you what the Fury art is already looking like, and Joey's already been putting quite a bit of this together, and we've been sharing quite a bit as well, right? So we've been playing around with really amazing characters. So let me show you what this looks like. Um, let's grab a couple of our favorite ones. Ooh, we can't share those ones yet, but we'll share them soon. Oh yeah, we'll share this one. There might be a more recent one, but I'm gonna just grab the ones that I have on hand. Oh shit!
Johnny Five.
What's that?
Somebody put Scottish Puss today, a Johnny Five robot.
Johnny Five. Yes, I love it. Actually, dude, I didn't
My
know.
child, man.
I know, man. Here we go. This is this is one of the crazy one-on-ones we've done. This is Pepe the Frog as John Wick, which is one of my favorite ones. This is for one of our diamond holders. But what you'll also see is that we start putting this pretty cool range with some of our amazing like honoraries as well. We're gonna announce this one more publicly. This is Kyung's, which is really cool. Oh yeah. Oh, Killam's got the more updated one. See, this is what I love. I know Killam's got the best shit. So yeah, this Killam just posted his actual fully updated one that has the patches, which has both a Bitcoin and Ethereum patch inside of on his jacket lapel here, which is really dope. We got Kyung's here. I think this Kyung's line is ridiculously cool. So these are some of the one of ones that are going to be part of the Fury collection. There's going to be 100 of these, right, or a little bit more than 100 of these. It's going to take us a shit ton of time, but that's the amazing thing is we're going to be investing into this IP for a significant amount of time as we develop everything else around it. But as we build a lot of these ones up, and you'll see a bunch more characters every week, we're going to announce probably 2 new characters. What's going to be really cool is that there's also going to be generative sets within Fury. And we already have one of the cooler generative bases already done. So the way we're going to do it is that all of the one-on-one drivers will be unmasked, meaning that you'll see faces, right? And they'll kind of have their own looks. They'll kind of feel loud and probably will have some pretty exciting vibes to them. And that's what we're trying to structure. And then for all of the generative drivers that will be available to the public, they won't be face. They won't have faces, right? They'll be wearing all masks, which is pretty interesting. And that just gives a nice little visual delta between the two. But we're not stopping there just because we're putting a mask on them. We're gonna make them look like the dopest masked characters in the world. And you can kind of tell already where we're going, as this is one of the mass generative frameworks that we're going to add. So one of the generative types of drivers you can get is what I just posted here. And this is this beautiful, beautiful Tron driver, right? This beautiful, beautiful character that looks awesome. It's got a dope racing outfit. It's got this sick helmet. It's got a different, logo on the mask itself here, where it's got this diamond logo. It's got these beautiful reflections in it. And this is just one of the base characters in this world. And, he's going to have a generative set. So this guy will have slightly different masks, slightly different logos, slightly different outfits, different colors. There might be different plus ones that we add to him as well. But this will then be one of the generative subtypes, right, of drivers you can get. The other generative subtype that you're going to be able to get as well is going to be one that's inspired by the world of mechs, right? So yeah, this one has a very Daft Punk Tron vibe, right? Which is a huge inspiration for me. I love like the movie Tron, the new one or newish one is okay, but it's amazing due to the visuals, right? It's amazing.
Yeah.
The fact that actually Daft Punk is in it is also really cool, and they scored the entire track for the movie. But what's even cooler about that is that this is just the base, and we could really push this to another level. So this is kind of why we're in a really cool position, is that we now want to create different class subtypes for the generative drivers. So one is this kind of like Tron meets Daft Punk mass driver set. The next one we're now going to work on today is mechs. And the cool thing is Joey's already been working on this, right? Which is really cool. And this is kind of where you'll get a lot of inspiration. And this is where we love, because again, my biggest thing here in this design is I love being inspired by the characters that I would want to own. So I want to make the generative characters so ambitiously good that they drive the connection with this as well too, right? In this kind of design and this kind of structure, right? And exactly, I love that we're going to be able to create one of ones that deeply connect with some and will deeply be scary. Like, I don't like clowns either, but I ain't gonna lie, like that is probably the only first time I would rock a freaking clown. Like, I hated to fight Sweet Tooth, right? His creepy laugh and twisted metal was always the worst thing. But Joey's art is so fantastic, right? Is that I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm down to be a crazy psycho clown now, a chonker clown. Like I'd be totally
Junkers.
down. Yeah, a little chonker clown, man. I'm down for this dude, right? I think this is going to be this huge kind of design and this huge kind of structure that's going to be really fun. So, Joey, I know we were starting with the Mech. Would be curious to get your thoughts. As we kind of set this up. How are you thinking? I know you're already deep in the weeds when it comes to these one on ones. But, how are you thinking about the generative drivers and kind of what's been inspiring you on the Mech side too?
Oh man. I think on the mech side, I was just really into like Evangelion when I was a kid. And there's like Robotech and things like that. So that's I think going to be a main driver of what inspires me on that. So not too like over the top, but just that clean aesthetic to it that's just got nice lines and it's not too busy.
For sure. And like for me, same thing. Like for me, it was Gundam, right? That's where it all comes in. And it's classic Gundam. Like I don't need crazy over the top variation Gundams, which
Sure.
don't get me wrong, those are dope as well. They are really dope. But when I think about it, it's like literally getting introduced to it in the first few movies, right? Or the first few animes.
Hmm.
And it is again, I love the iconic red, white, blue, yellow, right? Like just that those are still the perfect colors. I do like one variation. There's like a few black gold versions and a few black red versions that are pretty amazing. And that's the other cool thing I love about it is that I love fighting with people who want to tell me who the best Gundam is. And like I don't care which one they choose. I just love that people are so have such strong entrenched positions. Like, no, this is the best Gundam. No, this is the
Yeah.
best Gundam. I'm like, yo, they all great. All Gundams are beautiful, right? Because that's the other reason why I love Gundam is that every variation I've ever seen of Gundam is still dope, right? Like they're still dope. Like you can't really mess up a
Yeah,
mech
the
if you
designers on that were just freaking insane. They're just
exactly, right? You cannot mess it up if you have a good understanding. And that's what I think also makes for a good generative set, right? And this is kind of where it gets really powerful is then, you know, I've seen all these guys try to do mechs in this world, and it's actually been really disappointing in Web3. I actually haven't found any good mech collections. I mean, we all remember the tragic nature of what was Mechaverse, which could have been something, and that led to almost nothing. Ooh, this is cool. I don't know what is this going Crypto Reza. I don't even know this character. He's just
ooh,
showing another cool one that's like again very more minimal color and all pink, which is the
Barbie
Barbie.
mech.
Right in time for the movie. Perfect.
Yeah.
And this is kind of where I think it's going to be really fun now. Is I remember on Solana had the world's ugliest mechs. They were called Toyo Robotics. And I'm sorry if you've ever owned a Toyo, right? But oh my god, those things were ugly as hell.
Yeah, I
And then
remember
like
seeing
I
that.
just yeah, just no one here, hold on. I'll find a Toyo Robotics. Like these kind of ran for a bit in that hold on. What is it? Toyo what is I thought it was Toyo Robotics or forget the name of it. Solana. Hold on. Maybe I messed up the name. I thought it was it's Tayo. Tayo. Hold on, let me find
Isn't Toyo a tire?
yeah, exactly. I'm just mixing them up. Tayo Robotics is what it is. Here's Magic Eden. Okay, yeah, these are it. So these are like at one point like technically considered like the best backs here. I'll just grab one off the floor. Can I copy this image? Yes, I can. Um, like I never was impressed by these. I never thought they were that great. They seemed like a little bit low value to me when I saw them come out. But these still have a decent floor. They're holding a 60 soul floor at the moment right now, which isn't too shabby at all. Give them credit on that for what they're building. So the other thing I love about mechs is that exactly as Joey is noting, we all come from like different entry points. A lot of us could be Gundam, right? But what was actually the first thing I got introduced in the West? It wasn't Gundam. It was Power Rangers, right? For some, it might have been Voltron. For others, it might have been Transformers. And that's the other cool thing is that all of these are then going to give us a sense of what we think the coolest mechs are. Oh yeah, Ultraman could have been amazing, right? For a lot of people, like, dude, I love Pacific Rim more recently. Like, I thought the first movie of Pacific Rim was fantastic, right? And because of that, right, I was incredibly excited in this design to kind of open this all up. Yeah, Mecha Godzilla was a huge thing as well. So I want you guys to think through that because really what I want to see is, what I want you guys to do is go look for your favorite mech if you were a fan of some type of mech. Whatever it is, spend a little bit of time and find that right image here. And I'm gonna have you share that in just a minute because we're gonna save these images. We're gonna capture them, but go find them, save it, and hold on to it. And then what I'm going to show you is how Joey's going to be designing this live. So, Joey, I don't know if you want to share your screen. I know
Oh,
we
this is gonna be
started
fun.
working on a Mech. I thought that was amazing in this design. And oh, poor Steven. You missed out. Was it Pink Power Ranger, Steven? Were you dating Pink Power Ranger before? I swear, Steven, if you were, that is like the coolest thing
That's
to know.
awesome, Steven. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I want to know if Steven dated Pink Power Ranger because if that's the coolest thing about Steven, I don't know. He's gone quiet now on us. Oh, he maybe doesn't want to tell us the truth. Yeah. Or Steven, were you dating one that didn't make it on the TV show? I'm very curious. Well, Steven will tell us more about his love life later. Um as Joey
Behind
opens
the
up,
scenes.
yeah, he hold on, he's typing now.
Oh,
Oh,
sweet.
okay, let's see. You should on the show and you don't know what color is. That's the only thing you need to know about her is what color Power Ranger she was. Come on, Steven. Get your life together. Or wait, oh, was she like the weird, like
Who
was she
are
the
you?
girl who like was she just like a background actress on the TV show? Come on, man. You gotta know. You gotta know what color she was, man. You can't be that colorblind, okay? Like you gotta know this stuff here as well. All right, let's pull up the mech, Joey. Sweet. So, as you can see, what's really cool here is that we've started to put together some of the frameworks and kind of inspired from really the initial colors of right now it looks like to be very Gundam style. And like I
Mhm.
already think this is looking really cool. We're already still figuring out the details here because again, this is still a racing driver. So what we're trying to make these guys look like, they're not like full mechs. We're not making full body mechs that happen to be drivers. We're building like dope racing suits where they're wearing dope mech outfits. So this is kind of a little bit more like like Daft Punk style, right? Like normal human body-ish, right? With a dope helmet on top. And that's
Yeah.
kind of what we're trying to be inspired through this as well.
Ah,
Sorry, what was that,
sorry.
bro?
Setting up my computer so I can see the chat as you're posting pictures and so I can draw at the same time.
Amazing. So as you guys kind of see this, one of the things I want to ask you guys to do is that if you found your favorite mech, oh, she was a pink Power Ranger. Hold on, Steven, wait, was it Kimberly or was he like on like another like? Oh my God, hold on, we gotta get. I just need to know if Joey, I mean, if Steven dated
Erica
Kimberly.
Fong.
Hold on, Pink Power. Yeah, Kimberly Pink Ranger. Kimberly Hart was no, that was the name of the Amy Jo Johnson, or is that who you dated? Amy Jo Johnson?
Kimberly
Was it?
Fong. Erica Fong.
Oh, he dated Erica Fong. Oh my,
Dang, bro. She's a smoke show.
yeah, man, Steven, dude,
Eh,
man, Steven's got some range in who he's been dating, man. I'm
jeez, dude.
I'm impressed. All right. Well, Erica Fong got it. Well, this is now turning into into Steven's dating history as well now at this point, which is pretty
That's
great.
hilarious. Casanova.
Love it. Now we're gonna find a way to make an honor. Steven, it doesn't matter if it was grade school. We know it was love. We're gonna in honor of your love. don't tell your wife and your children this, but we're gonna make an honorary to your Erica Fong, right? To remember
Oh,
this grade school love and add her into this as well.
she is a
I just
twin.
love I just love that. Come on, dude. If you dated a Power Ranger, dude, I'm just saying, if I ever dated a Power Ranger, even one day, like I held her hand in like sixth grade, I'd be talking about it all the time, Joey. Steven, I'd be flexing on this shit over and over and over again, bro.
That's
Like,
hilarious.
yo, you cool enough, you smooth enough to pick a Power Ranger up? I am. Like, Steven,
Uh,
that should be your pickup. I know you're
oh
married and
my
you have
god, that's
kids,
hilarious.
but I'd use that pickup line with your wife every day, right? Like, don't you ever forget I dated a Power Ranger and I left her for you. That's what I would be saying, man. Um, that's great, dude. Steven, you got like Steven. I'm telling you, Steven's one of the coolest dudes, right? And this is the other crazy thing. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't gonna say it, but Steven just put it out there. Yeah, Steven's current wife is like a football cheerleader, or was previously a football cheerleader. So yeah, Steven's doing well. Steven, just went from, hey, I dated a Power Ranger, and then I upgraded to a real life cheerleader. Literally, Steven just living the dream. So yeah,
For the
still
Vikings, yeah.
I still think you should use that line. Just don't get in the doghouse too much, right? Like I left a Power Ranger for you, right? If you're ever in the doghouse, Steven, you just say that shit. Like, oh my god, that's crazy, right? So that's pretty fun though. I love kind of seeing this. Yeah, I meant
It's
I
great.
meant his actual wife, not a current wife. Sorry. Well, okay, let's get back to this. So, for those of you who are thinking about your favorite mechs, one of the things I'd love for you guys to do is kind of share some of your favorite mech photos as Joey kind of starts profiling this out. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to start pulling traits from these or inspirations from these traits. So if you have like a favorite mech, over the next few minutes, feel free to enter it into the chat, right? Just drop an image of your favorite chat here as well. And I'm going to start grabbing these. Ooh, dope. This one's from Golfer. Ooh, this one is, oh, of course, Crypto Reza. Still her. This one's dope, Crypto Racer. I've never. Who is this Crypto Racer? What is this character? Ooh, is this a Transformer Wicklander? But I'm now ashamed. I don't know all these characters you guys are showing me. Oh, ooh. Okay. When you also send me a photo, write also who this character is from, so that I don't have to reverse
Yeah,
Google search it.
Megatron,
Dude, these are dope. First of all, I love this dude.
Constructicon.
Nervosh from Eureka 7's got this dope ass, like, futuristic surfboard. He's
Oh,
just
Big O
surfing
was
there.
so cool.
That's dope, dude. I really like that one as well. Ooh, yeah, Danny. Ooh, I love this. This is kind of got Mech Jet here at this point, Transformer style. Ooh, this is a dope looking Gundam I'm looking at here from Frank the Tank. Oh, the pink one's named Farsia or Farja. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that. Ooh, Big O. This one's dope, dude. I actually really love this helmet. The silhouette in this perspective is dope as well. Ooh, we got some Megatrons here. Ooh, Atlas from Mech Warrior. Yeah. I like this. Very kind of old school, true Mech Warrior design, right? Because that's also one of my favorite games where like a lot of the mech video games were like so cool in the early days. Ooh, Lancelot from Code Grease. This one looks super dope as well. This one looks rare. Oh wow. Okay, there's some dope looking helmet features here that are coming through. And I think that's like the big thing that we have to get right when we're doing a mech is getting the different silhouettes of these mech faces, right? So this is where I think, again, Gundam started off really cool where there was kind of this spiky silhouette that was starting, right? Which I think is really sick. And you kind of had, this kind of V-shaped formation that gave it a little bit more design, which I think is really cool. Ooh, yeah, I'm not Adrian. I totally agree, man. Power Rangers and Megazord right here, they all combined together
Mm.
was one of my favorite things. I remember, I think it was McDonald's used to add these in the Happy Meals, and then you could like actually connect them together. And like, I think I yelled at my mom. And the crazy thing is like McDonald's is not even like a great place for me to eat because I was raised vegetarian, but I'd always yell at my parents to take me to McDonald's. for only these toys, even though we couldn't eat like 90% of the food. We just could eat French fries, right? It was all, like literally it. That was the only thing. But we're like, no, we want to go and we want these stupid toys, man. And yeah, they definitely made my life. Oh, Skyborn put out the Red Bionicle. This is really cool. Is this from? Is this a? Is this a? It's not Lego. What is this? Is this? Oh, is this Lego Bionicle series? Is that what it is? I'm not even sure, man.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah. What do you see, Joey?
I'm looking at this Batman Gundam crossover. This is sick.
Oh my God, dude, I'm missing out. I gotta scroll even further down. Y'all are. Ooh, that is sick. Yeah, dude, AI generation. This is one of the things we're gonna ask you guys to do a little bit later. Is yeah, you could do a
Oh,
lot of dope stuff when you start adding it into AI, and we're actually going to use quite a bit of it as well. Like I'm going to like share with Joey quite a few different versions, and like honestly, I would just be doing different cross ups. Like how Mozhead puts up, yeah, we could put C3PO. I don't really consider him as a mech rather than like an AI intelligent life form, but yeah, we could call him a robot. Yeah, T please. I think this classic mask form for Transformers is like so iconic. And I
mm,
also love the vertical kind of design with kind of almost like these radio antennas on the side, but kind of give it spikes as well on the side, which I think is really great. And this also just works because of the voice that you think is going to come out of this. I love how this kind of was like almost like a perfectly designed character. I think Transformer movies are some of the best 3D mechs ever put on screen. Storylines on a few of them are a little meh, but visually wise, just killer. Ooh, these are some cool. Wow, this is a McDonald Gundam. I didn't know such a thing understood. Yeah, Warhammer 40K could work as well. Yeah, I love a
oh
lot of
yeah, my boy Soundwave.
Dude, I love these characters here. See, and this is what I love about the world of mechs. There's this huge kind of connection to us, but this is also the story of why mechs are so powerful. They're all culturally different, right? And we all got introduced to them in a different way. And by bringing them in from a different perspective, right? What's really cool is that these mechs, can now be potentially part of our ecosystem as we add a little bit more design. And the crazy thing is, I still think some of these mecha verses, Yensidian just put it up here. I still think some of these mecha verses look dope. They just didn't put enough range on them, right? Because they kind of got this Lego mechaverse style. Like, honestly, these could have been their own toys, which could be great as
That
well
looks
too.
fun though. Yeah.
It really were. I mean, dude, some of their one on ones are really good colors. I thought they did a really great job on the colors there. Honestly, I'm going to take a lot of inspiration from Mecha versus color scheme for this generative character as well.
Yeah.
And what I think, what's going to be really fun here, Joey, is like figuring out like the 3 to 5 helmet frames that we want from mechs and bringing this in. Because we
Yeah.
now have like helmet frame number one here. And then the way I look at it is that we'll turn the V into one of the other like variations for the helmet, right? So do you get the
Mm-hmm.
V? Do you get a, and we'll do probably like 3 or 5 different variations there as well. Color for visor is probably going to be pretty interesting here. And then again, color of helmet will be interesting as well. And this is where you'll start seeing these characters kind of come to life. So what we're doing right now is we're actually saving all these images, including the erect one from Khan, which is great. I love
Oh
that.
my gosh, I saw.
Oh, I love that construction mech there. That's gonna be one of those ones here as well. Ooh, I
Khan's
like this
always coming
one.
with the good memes.
Yeah, exactly, man. I like this one from Mosshead as well. Like, there's some cool looking like angel mechs. Like, that will probably be one of the rares that we'll put in here, like an angel like mech,
Word.
or godlike mechs. There's some really cool ones here as well. Like Adrian just put in, he says it's Mazen Kaiser SKL. This one's dope. I mean, look at that sword, and this guy's got like
Yeah.
dragon wings on that shit. Like, oh, wouldn't it be dope to put some dope wings behind these characters? Like, I gotta find some ways to put some angel and like demon wings. I think that could be really, really cool and
Heck yeah.
really, really fun in this design. Ooh, there's some crazy characters you guys are pulling up. Dude, I ain't gonna lie. Wicklander, these guys, you guys have posted a few of these. Are these like kaiju mechs that
Ooh.
you guys created yourself? Or were these part of the collection? Or are these part of the traits that you could now upgrade to? Just curious on where these ones are coming from. He'll. These are some of the OG collection. Oh, dang, dude, kaiju. Man, if
Mm-hmm.
kaiju just knew how to market, man, people would be literally flocking to this thing. Like, I'm actually impressed. He's saying these are the origin ones. So let me see. I'm curious to see. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna go and then show me rarity. Let me show me the top 1% rarity. No, that should be top 10. Why can't I see these mechs easily? I don't know why I haven't seen these mechs before, but if these are part of the OG collection, man, y'all need to get the world to know about these. These look sick. I mean,
For
Kaiju
real.
still has one of the best collections out there. I'll have to go look through the traits a little bit more. But these look pretty cool. Sorry, go ahead, Joey.
No, I was just saying, yeah, they really do. They're amazing. I
Oh
love the
man.
mechs.
They're the RX type trait. Interesting. Hold on. I'm gonna search this. I want to know. Give me it all. RX type trait. Type.
That actually
Are
conflicts.
they like special? Is that what they are? Or yep. RX type 78. Oh wait, I don't need the ones show all, not only by now. Oh yeah, these are sick. Holy cow, these sold for a shit ton of money back in the day. It's showing only three of them. Why are they only showing three when they say there's 14 of them? Interesting. Curious why this case. Cameron, I like that. Oh, and the death type scythe is crazy good. Wow, there are very few of them in the collection as well. All right, that is dope. Well, sorry, I went on a whole little side quest because I didn't
All
even
good.
know these kaiju's existed, which look really amazing here as well. And this is kind of where I think it's going to be really fun. And you can see even with the kaiju's when they executed on them, those are some of the highest sale ones, right? I mean, again, they're also rare. Yeah, I see zero are listed. I had to click the unlisted one. But yo, hey, there's that. That's really cool. That design. Ooh, Mecha Kaiju here from Smalls looks really dope. So, I think this is where it's going to get really fun is we're going to start adding in all these different influences now. You guys just shared with us like 30 different ones. And what I want you guys to see is that starting over the next couple of weeks, you're going to see us how we co-create and add these in, and we're going to give you more choices. So today was just about getting the information in, letting you see how these characters are coming in, but also get you to kind of aspire to want to own one of these, right? Because especially if you have Gen 2 Soul, right? And Gen 1, and especially those of you who have both Gen 1 and and Season 2 Soul, what you're going to see is that you're going to have the opportunity to get, some of these Fury drivers. And we think these Fury drivers are going to are going to have their own really compelling art just out the box. But what's also going to be really cool is there's a really big world built around Fury as well, right? There's already a playable racing game, right? It's very early. It's like an alpha level game, but it's a game that has a full, racing engine, simulation style, all working in your browser, optimized for 3D. We still want to add some more visual love, but that's actually what we're going to co-build together, which is going to be awesome. So what Fury is going to be is that you're going to get these beautiful 2D, PFPs, and then you're going to have the ability to kind of build. And I want to be very transparent. It is a passive cave experience, right? It's cooler than Momaguru for sure. The best way I could explain it, it's Zed Run on steroids, right? It's more of a degen gambling like betting game to a certain extent. It's not gambling in a way, but you will be able to wager. You will be able to race other cars. And when you race other cars, you could actually do pink slip races if you want. meaning that like, yo, you could take over this game, and if you win, you get the other person's car, right? Like you walk away with his NFT. Like I just want to bring that in. I'm not saying all the races are going to be like that, but that will be part of some of the races as well. And the real cool thing about this design as well is that it starts off with no real driving yet. But the franchise is actually built that we could add driving over time, right? And that's kind of the important thing here, right? Is that in this market, right, we want to meet where this market is. And what do you guys actually want as a market? What we've designed and what we've seen is that you don't want a super high active game, right? None of you guys have this type of design, right? Like, and this is kind of where it gets really interesting. And what do you guys actually want? You want to have some type of way to hit buttons or make speculative decisions that lead to different ranging outcomes and yields. That's the games you guys want to play, right? And because of this, you can then do this type of like soft gambling of this kind of currency or soft wagering. Legal will always want me to use the right language here, right? But
Yeah.
um, this is kind of where it gets really fun is that we could start that and build the world and the IP around that. And man, dude, you guys don't know one of the cool features we're going to bring in. Fury is going to be GVG, is what I'll just give you as a hint. It's if you're not familiar, the term GVG stands for Guild versus Guild, right? And GVG, oh, that's a dope one. The Rex, yeah, that this was the bad character. I think in the first Thor movie, I believe, right? Which I think was really cool. But yeah, what Fury is going to be doing, it's going to be introducing this GVG character, and this GVG gameplay, and it's this idea of how do you get guild versus guild to fight versus one another. We're going to make this racing incredibly social and incredibly interactive amongst communities, which I think is going to be really powerful as well in the design. So, what we want you guys to kind of see in this world is we want you to just value the art, right? And see that, hey, if we put our time in on building really beautiful art, you're going to find more love with these assets, right? Which is really important. Um, but the other thing you're also going to see from us, which is really powerful in our design, is that you're going to see how these building blocks connect. You're going to have a unfair advantage as soul holders because especially this server is going to go, is going to get locked soon, right? This server will only be accessible to those with soul, right? Moving forward. But you guys could still access all of our worlds separately if you don't hold a soul, right? And each of the discords are now going to have their own Discord experience, over time. So right now, you already see Reapers is going to have its own Discord already running. Ronin is about to open its own Discord as well, right? And then, Lost Realms will actually get kicked out to its own Discord too, right? Which is kind of really interesting. And then, lastly, right, Fury will have its own Discord experience. And they'll all be different experiences. That's the crazy thing. Like, we're not copy pasting anything. Like, our first separate server, Reapers, is literally the most unique like Discord experience you can see right now in Web3, where it's this kind of live action, role playing, voting based system, right? Which is really cool. Ronin is going to have a total different way to get into that world. Like, I can't wait to show you guys Ronin later this week. Ronin's going to have a lot of cool stuff. I'm going to announce like a big event, or the first major event on the Ronin account will be this Friday. And what you're going to see is how we're connecting all the dots to build something pretty special and pretty powerful here too. So this is where I'm excited to be able to let you guys be a part of these worlds, but I'm excited to also watch you see these worlds unfurl, and more importantly, grow into the IP that we think they're incredibly powerful for, right? And this is what I think Web3 ends up becoming. It's deep community based IP where the IP is so powerful that you are more aligned with the value of the IP of what it means to you than what the market may value the asset for, right? And that means that we hope that as we design this, we keep more of you in this design, but also this co-creation feature that you're going to see is also going to give additional incentives to you to stay, right? So let me just walk you through that for Reapers because we haven't really written this out anywhere. We've only shared this with you guys via audio, and I think it's really powerful here why co-creation is so important. So let me talk to you that, and then we'll get to a relic here for you guys as well in our amazing community, and then we'll just talk to you about a few of the kind of updates that are coming into our world as well too. One sec, let me just set this up too. Oh man, we got a lot of stuff to manage. The other cool thing is we are going to be doing relic updates this week. You're going to see new pendants going out this week as well. Lots of cool stuff on that front. We can see right now, like, guys, you can see, look how polished this thing that Joey is creating here as well. Pretty amazing in this design already. Joey, like where you're at right now, how much longer do you think this will take just from your kind of design here as well?
Oh gosh. Anywhere from about 4 more hours probably just on this design to 4 to 6.
Crazy. I love it. Love that this will then kind of start as one of our bases here. Real quick, let me just give out this role. I saw our boy Senator Chef doesn't have the redeemed role. So I'm just going to give you that, Chef. If you don't have the redeem role and you still have a Souls of the Forgotten, just hit me up. We're gonna be removing that one here as well, so you get some access to it, which is pretty dope. All right. Yeah, I got you, Chef. I just gave you the redeemed role. You're all good to go. Sweet. Um, so let's talk about this co-creation role real quick for Reapers, even though I know we're talking about kind of this live drawing, but this co-creation of Reapers is super powerful because if you're part of this voting system and this co-creation of lore, you're actually building the lore with us, and you're actually building it to where like the world is going here as well too, right? And because of that, right, you're going to have this kind of opportunity to change how this world is going and where it's going, and honestly feel like your fingerprints are on the world, which we think is incredibly powerful. And when we think it's that powerful, what we're really now trying to do here is we want to really unlock this ability for you to get upside for that co-creation. So this is why Reapers is so powerful if you're going to be voting. If you're going to be voting, what's really cool here as well is that you can actually be able to get part of the royalty share if you're part of those initial Genesis Reapers. So this is how it's going to work. If you're one of these Genesis Reapers that completes all your votes, not only will you be able to, of course, retain your role, but your role will unlock a special thing. It will unlock the ability to get, right, essentially a share of the ongoing royalties for the collection. But here's the thing, that cannot be transferred, right? Meaning that if you choose to sell, you can sell it, right? But whoever buys it, they're just buying the asset for the asset. They're not buying the ability to have a share of it in this world. So what's going to be really interesting in this design is for those of you who get your Reaper's character, what you're going to realize here, which is really amazing, is that you're going to get to be a part of the royalty is going to be distributed to the co-creators. You are a co-creator of this world, right? So we are going to give you a share of this. And that's what Web3 is all about. We are building a framework to allow you to be artists of our project, right? Which is pretty amazing. And because of that, right, you're going to be able to get a piece of this royalty share. And then here's the cool thing is that as people sell, if they choose to sell, which is totally fine, you guys have the liquidity option. But that means that if you hold your original Reapers that were part of the voting, your share continues to increase, right? On the royalty side, right? Which is an amazing way for your value to continue to increase if you stay loyal to that brand. And as we continue to grow and then continue to build, right, there might only be right now, there's probably only going to be like 800, right, Reapers that have access to that, that aspect here as well. right? And because of that, um, you're going to see this really cool opportunity that, maybe over time there's only going to be, after like 30 days there might only be 500. Cool, that means your share just doubled, right, on those initial royalties. And they'll be we're still figuring out the exact payout structure, right? Like, do we distribute them like probably monthly is kind of what we're probably planning on doing. So that's the really cool thing, is then it gets this kind of stickiness for those of you who have this amazing, contribution to our world, but also stay loyal to the world, right? Because that's the other thing that we have to realize, is that when we're designing these flexible and free mints, right, we know, and dude, there are grinders everywhere, right? And there are a lot of grinders who are unhappy today because they have seen that we've started to find a lot more alts, right? And that's kind of thing, the interesting thing here in this kind of design is that we have a amazing community here of those that are really who really are loyal and are really participating with their perspective. And in doing so, right, we're also protecting you guys, right? If you're spending here as a lot of time here, you should want us to protect and ensure that this distribution is going as fairly across the ranges, right? And like, people don't realize the type of analysis we're doing, and the type of insights we're capturing. And our goal isn't to like, oh, we're gonna get you. The goal is like, hey, if we can do smart actions to prevent users to have multiple characters, that's probably a really smart thing for us to optimize for. And yeah, you're going to see, guys, and I just want to be very transparent with you guys. You're going to see some people be very upset over the next couple of. There have already been about 20 oath rolls removed, right? There's been over 50 Reapers rolls removed, right? There's been over 100 Enlighten rolls removed, right? Like, it is this idea where, again, for a lot of these individuals, they thought they're catching in. And, don't get me wrong, there's still more. We understand it. And like, I want to be very transparent with you guys. Dude, I played this game. I understood this was the smartest thing to do when you're in Web3. You find a good project early, fucking put your couple alts in there, grind that shit up, get to it, and scale it. I get the system has built that for you guys, right? That's the system has incentivized that for you guys, right? And what you want to realize here as well is that what most people don't recognize here in the end, right, is that we are still just trying to do what we think is fair for this community, and what we still think is most fair for this community. And wow, just looking at Joey's art, I just want to say is amazing. But what we are doing that's fair to this community is trying to ensure that it's, one user has one Discord account, right? And here's the crazy thing, is that when we ban alts, we still allow them to keep one of their profiles. We're not banning them completely, right? We get it. You played the game. You were trying to get advantage. Honestly, it's bearish. If people aren't botting your shit, you're not doing anything right. If people aren't multi-accounting your shit, you're not doing it right. Because it means that the market doesn't see futuristic speculative value here as well. So, like, the advantage I'll tell you guys here is that, hey, if you have alts, it's probably smart for you to remove your alts organically if you want. You're gonna want to do that. We're still working on this front, but really what I want you guys to understand, and for those of you who don't have alts, right, we honor you, right? This is why we're like, I don't have fun kicking people out in that way. That's not my intention in the design. But you know what my intention is? It's to protect you guys who've been here and are putting in the time and the hours organically as well, right? And that's kind of where your goal really essentially is, right? Is that's brilliant. And you don't have to do anything to protect your roles. If you guys have your roles, you're good. Like Vincent, you're great. You have Oath and Genesis Soul and Soul, right? Just you don't have to worry about being as active as everyone else. That's not our requirement. I don't care. Like, I don't care that you only have, 20 or 30 relics. That's amazing. I love that you've been able to get into this opportunity, right? In this kind of design and this structure, right? And we all remember the story of Nate, right? And dimensionals. And I'm sure we're gonna have one Nate in here, right? There are a few people who are smart with alt accounts, right? But you remember Nate on Dimensionals? That dude got, I think, like 6 stones, and he got a mythic stone. That dude cashed out 20 ETH, right? And that's kind of the other interesting thing, right? Is that, hey, that guy played a game and he played it well. But that didn't inspire confidence to the holders internally. And I'm not saying we're perfect, dude. I guarantee you there are still alts there. There are still alts in our world, but we're working every day. Oh, Nate was grinding Overworld, and he's gonna hate that because I don't think Overworld's going anywhere. But I did see that here as well. I do know you guys need to head to a few other AMAs, so I want to be respectful of your time. Let's head to the secret chamber really quickly. Secret chamber. Da-da-da-da. I gotta figure out how to add some more dope audio. I'm gonna work on that this weekend. Oh, Joey, this thing looks dope on your screen. Just to let you know, like I
Thanks,
love that.
man.
While I yell at people about don't use alts, you're still just knocking out dope
Just
ass
banging
art.
away,
Like,
bro.
Joe, I mean, like the crazy thing is this is already feels like a 1-on-1, and I think that's where this gets really cool. So we'll make this a relic in your honor. Drawing mechs with Joey is what we're gonna call this one.
Yeah.
And then let's put some fun numbers in. All right, the password is 64382. The password is 64382. Again, the password is 64382. All right. As we kind of wrap up there, what I want to just share here is we get alts are a part of this world. We get that many of you may have alts yourself, right? Like I have one alt account on Discord, right? I don't use it for anything. And more importantly, you all know my alt, which is pretty hilarious as well. And what you want to understand here in this kind of design is I understand you may have created it, right? Just know that this ecosystem is not the one to use your alts on, right? Go play it on other ecosystems. I promise you're going to get way more value there using your alts than using it in here, right? Which is interesting. Oh, yeah, this is like, it's not even my alt. This is the crazy thing. This was actually my original account. I'll put it here. This was my original Discord account. And then, right, I actually had to use an alt, which was this Saint account, right, to be able to come in, right? Because we didn't want anyone to know this was connected to us when we first started somethingishappening.io. And then hilariously, give LTV a scarlet letter. He doesn't even see. Look, even my alt. You can look at my alt. The hilarious thing is, it only has enlightened, and that's it. And honestly, he's here. I'm gonna strip him of enlightened. He doesn't even deserve enlightened. He just gets souls of the forgotten. That's all he gets, right?
Gone.
Souls of the Forgotten was just one of the 2 entry points. You could have chosen the red cloak or the blue cloak. Blue cloak got redeemed. Red cloak got Souls of the Forgotten. So that was it. I actually needed that alt because at the time when we first started our server, depending on which cloak you actually got 2 different chat rooms. So there was one for the red cloaks and there's one for the blue cloaks. So I wanted it as well. The inspiration for LDV, it's Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci is literally my greatest inspiration for that stuff. So that's where it is. But I bring this all up to you because, like, again, I have no problem showing you that alt doesn't grind anything. I don't grind anything with it. But what I'm trying to share with you is I understand this game, right? And I understand why a lot of you have alts. I understand a lot of you will also be with your communities of friends. Like when we banned a couple of these alts, we saw the friends come together and they're like, why did you ban my friend? Right. And it's because you guys are probably playing the game together. Right. And don't get me wrong, that's actually a cool thing in this design. A lot of you may share relic passwords with one another. Right. A lot of you may like share different insights with one another. That's okay for us. Right. But it's always funny. Every time we get an alt and we catch them, they always have the same excuses usually. One is I was like, oh no, I have a roommate. And that roommate and him, we type in everything at the same time. So that's always very convenient to hear is like, oh my God, you have this twin roommate that's always there, which is always funny. Dude, we've heard this already from 10 people, which is pretty funny, right? Like the magical perfect roommate, which is great. The second thing that we always get as an excuse, right, which is pretty funny, right, too, is they'll usually say some excuse like, "Oh no, I just have a Web 2 friend who helps me out." Right? I just have a Web 2 friend who like grinds with me. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like, why you're paying a friend to grind your relics with your account? Come on, guys. Like, get a little bit of a better answer, right? But it's funny. But here's the thing: it's cool. You grinded, you tried it, you got caught. Cool. Keep your main account. We're gonna remove the rest. That's how we're working on it. We think that's fair. We think it's honorable in that way. We understand you might have played that game, but I want you to understand we're still going to be protecting this here as well. My dog has an alt account, Reishi. Reishi, I hope you do have Reishi. I hope you're an alt somehow. I hope you're tricking me and being here this whole time, and you're just an alt. Because weirdly, like we actually like have conversations about you, Ray. We're like, who is this guy? Why is this guy always here? Why is he so active here as well? But this is kind of why I think it's really fun on where these kind of are designing and kind of where this is going. And again, you're gonna see people we're gonna catch a few strays here. Like I just want to be honest with you guys because we understand how this game is. Some of these alts are gonna be super pissed, right? Because they thought they were getting a lot of stuff, and we already see it, right? A lot of these alts are writing in and sharing in like, oh my god, I'm so upset, or I Lost Realms is not gonna make it. It's okay. It's gonna happen. We're okay with it as well too. Super easy for us to understand this here as well. And it's not about being careful. It's not about being careful at all. It's just knowing like, hey, if we have alts, we'll do our best to find them all. And this is kind of where it gets really interesting. And dude, finding these alts are so easy. It's not that hard at all. All you guys have to understand is the design here. Yeah, Prince Go Persia. How do you decide which alt is and which is the main? What we do is that if there's a soul on one of the accounts, we usually preserve that one, right? That's actually what we're utilizing as it. In the end, we kind of choose what we determine what the main is versus the alt is, and they all then have to manage that one. That's kind of up to us and our discretion here as well. And again, like it's funny. I guarantee you're gonna see it over a couple weeks. Is we ban one of these guys, and they're gonna say the same thing over and over again. They're gonna say something like, "Oh my god, you only found 5 of my 20 alts." Nah, that's usually not the case. They get usually when someone says that, it usually means like, "Damn it, you caught most of my alts. I hate you, but I'm gonna try undermining your success." Right? And that's awesome because honestly, if I only caught 5 of your 20 alts, you should shut up and not say anything. Why would you want to give me more ammunition to investigate, right? And that's the truth is that it's not really the case. But you're going to see that happen. It's going to be funny. We've already seen it happen multiple times. You're going to see a few people sour on this because, again, they lost out. It's okay. Because they lost out, it's just going to be a part of it. But in the end, right, what we're trying to do is that we build this for the collective community. And I want you guys to understand that because in the end, if we don't do our best to protect, if we're not fighting for you, we've already lost. It doesn't mean we're going to win everyone. It doesn't mean we're going to find every alt. But what you should have confidence in is that we're protecting it for you. Your oath is going to be as sacred. And do you know what this means? Every time we catch an alt, oath value goes up because that means that most likely we have removed a oath supply that would have probably went straight to secondary. And that's another important thing is that we keep improving the value of your assets. Us defending your assets and those who are getting access to this world is a way that you're going to be able to have more and more upside into this kind of opportunity and this design. And it's not about attacking any of these people. It's not. It doesn't. I get the game, and I give grace, right? I really want to give grace on this stuff too, because I don't blame any of you, right? Like straight up, I remember, I remember I got into my first group, like really, like I got into like this small little whale group, about 30 of us, and oh my god, I was blown away because 10 of them were literally like had 5+ alts. And they were just making bank on that shit over and over and over again in the early days, right? If you're in the last few bull waves, alts were the most profitable thing you can do, right? So why am I surprised that there's alts? I'm not going to be surprised. That was literally the most profitable thing to do. And guess what? That's getting most of the attention here as well, right? With these alts, it's free mints. because free mints without cost basis is the best thing to have alts against, right? So that's why we have to scrutinize this. So I just want to share this with you. You don't have to agree with our methodology, but I want to be transparent in the way that we're doing this design, right? And we're trying to be honorable with that. But guess what? Also, as more oaths get removed, that means more oaths go back to real users, because then it's oaths with those relics. And not only is this protecting oath, what you want to realize is, dude, a lot of these bot accounts had like 50 plus relics, right? So it means that I also protect the auctions, right? Which means that more of you guys are going to get more access to more auctions and more value in this world as well too. And this is kind of the brilliant thing, is then we continue to do this. So, you're going to see, I probably think we're going to catch about 10, 15 more oath, right? Is probably what's going to happen prior to mint, if not more. Maybe like 20, 25 max. I actually think it's done really well thus far, but it's a game. And it's a game that we're going to get better at each time. So I hope you guys understand our perspective. I hope that you can see how we're prioritizing it. I hope you can understand more or less why we are trying to protect this community at all costs. And I think we're doing a pretty good job. So with that, everyone, I'm going to let you all go. Before we let you go, let me just let you look at this amazing art that Joey has created as I go on my crazy rants. But Joey, this looks fantastic. Like, holy shit, I want to be this driver right now, which is just so cool. This is a totally fun character, a totally cool little design. And I think this is where you're going to have a whole bunch of opportunities as well to be a part of this world.
Expression, sorry.
You're all good. So, guys, with that, I'm going to let you all go. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll chat soon. Bye-bye now.
See you guys.